I say a start. That's my part. That's the hard part, I think. Can I say hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I am the co-owner of Kunjani Craft Coffee Gallery. I own it with my mum, and we opened in February of this year. We moved here from Zimbabwe in 2007 and just took our time. You know, mum was running an art gallery on Fifth Avenue. I was in school. When I graduated, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but obviously we keep Africa in our hearts all the time, so we wanted to do something that we could help people back home. So mum had the gallery experience and I had the coffee experience. I worked at Starbucks when I graduated from university, so we just decided to combine the two because we couldn't really find the cute little quirky coffee shop that you could just go to and feel like you were at home. So that was our main goal with the coffee shop. We wanted people to come in and feel like they were coming into our house for a cup of coffee. We wanted to make sure that we did, you know, locally roasted organic beans, freshly roasted every week. So that's what we've done with Black Tulip and Perla from Miami. And we also wanted to include local pastries and baked goods and food items. So we've got Mickelson's as our main supplier of our food here, which we're so grateful. They're great. And then, yeah, the gallery side, we wanted to, of course, have beautiful handmade items from Southern Africa. So we have all fair trade, handmade, mainly one-of-a-kind things from South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. And we touch 300 people's lives directly from just the purchasing of the products that we have in our gallery. So we always knew that we wanted to start helping people right away, and that's why we buy everything outright that we sell in the gallery. But my passion, my baby, is the Kunjani Project, and that is our non-profit that we have recently started, and that is something that I'm 100% passionate about. Of course, the gallery's great, the coffee shop's great, who doesn't love coffee, but that's my passion. That's what I'm all about. I wanted to call it the Kunjani Project because I didn't want to hone in on just one cause or just one area. I didn't want to just focus on, you know, water or animals or children or something like that. I wanted it to be the project so that we could do a number of different things and we weren't just tied to one cause. So the first thing that we are focusing on is clean water in Zimbabwe in particular. One of our artists that we have, his name is Barry Lungu, and he's a Zimbabwean artist, and he has actually commissioned 4 paintings for us that we're going to do for the Water Carrier series. That's what we're calling it, and we're going to put those up for an auction, and then obviously the money that we raise from that will go straight into the Kunjani Project for wells and boreholes in Zimbabwe. That is the first thing that we're going to be doing, and we're super excited about that. There's a huge need for wells and means of getting clean water to people, and it's crazy when you start looking into it. You realize how bad the situation is and how lucky we are living here, which is one of the reasons that I think I had a hard time when we first moved here in 2007. It's just a very different way of life. Of course it would be. Zimbabwe to Naples is a huge change, but just I think the perspective is completely different for us. You know, growing up in a third world country, you focus so much more on human connection and interactions and just, you know, being around people and stuff like that. You focus less on material possessions. And so of course Naples is such an affluent area. It's hard not to get caught up in that, and I think that's what I struggled with. I struggled with relating and connecting with people here at the place, but it's always driven me to want to do something back home, which is why the Kunjani Project is an absolute dream for me, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to take off and for us to actually start doing stuff in Africa. Everyone knows that the whole let's help people in Africa thing has been done. And yeah, it has, and there's a lot of amazing work getting done, and people are doing so much good and helping so many people. But because of my perspective, and because of, because I grew up there and I lived there, I've seen the corruption as well. And unfortunately, a lot of the money and the aid and the resources sent there doesn't really trickle down to the people that need it most. And so one of the main things that I wanted to do with the Kunjani Project is actually go and be on the ground in a very hands-on, direct way. I know exactly where the money that we raise will be going. I will be able to say it's going to help this person and this person and this family and this many children, and have very real life accurate information about who is going to be affected by the work that we're going to do. And that's something that is extremely important to me, because I don't want it to just be another fundraising campaign or something that we do that's not tangible. You raise money and you send it off and you hope that it gets to the people. No, like, I wanted to do something that I could actually be there, take a team of people, and even go further and change some people's perspectives from here. A lot of people are tired of the old system of you graduate school, you go to university, you get a job, you start at the bottom, you try and work your way up, you try and hopefully one day retire, and then you start living the life that you've always wanted. No, I think our generation is changing that. We are wanting to do more things with being entrepreneurs, and even taking that a step further, doing it in a way that we can help others. I feel like there's this collective need and this collective drive to do something meaningful with our lives. And the more people I speak to around my age group, the more I realize how lost a lot of people are. They want to help, they want to do something that's going to make their life mean something, but they just don't know what. We will be there with the people that have hardly anything, but they're so happy and they're so grateful. You see kids that all they ever want to do is go to school, but because of their lives that they live and their circumstances, and having to support their families from a very young age, or for instance the water, having to walk miles and miles and miles a day just for water. Of course you can't go to school if you're walking half a marathon to get a bucket of water. But all they want to do is go to school, and on the few days that they get to go to school, they are so happy. They're able to be kids. They're able to feel 8 years old and 10 years old and whatever they might be. And they get done with school and they don't have pencils or books or pens, so they get sticks and they practice writing in the sand. And the sheer joy on their face is amazing. They have nothing in their life, but they are filled with a zest for life despite that. And that is where the difference is. When we left, there were hardly any food on the shelves. Nothing was getting imported. Of course the farmers now weren't exporting because there were no farmers, and so it was very difficult to just go about your day to day. You couldn't just go to the shops and buy groceries. You couldn't just flip a switch and have the lights come on, because there was no electricity a lot of the time, so we were running on generators. But then there was no fuel to fuel the generators, so we have this saying in Zimbabwe, we'll just make a plan, and no matter what just kept happening, we would always say, oh, we'll just make a plan. But that's not a way of life. Why would you have to just keep making a plan just to have a light switch come on? Everyone that meets my mom says she's the most amazing woman they've ever met, and it's true. It's 100% true. She is genuine and real, and she's my hero. She's my inspiration every single day. She's the best role model I could ever have asked for, as a mother and as a best friend, and of course as a business partner, and just a cheerleader in life. So yeah, she inspires me every day, and on days where I feel like I am not doing enough with my life, I look at her and I just know that what we're doing is making a difference, and if you can just touch one person's life, you've done more than you did the day before. And yeah, our motto is lifting each other up with love, and that's what we do as a family, and that's what I try and do with my my friends and the people around me, and that's what we will do in Africa. We just love. Love is all we need. So yeah.